You say to yourself, where's the great white buffalo? Here's the great white buffalo. Here, oh, don't worry, I know. Everyone else looks a little bit different, but you're okay. Hold on, let's make this couch complete. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. You got two Gibson Moderns. So let's get into the shenanigans. Let's start off with the Flying V. Now in 1957, Gibson took the Flying V to the Gibson NAMM show, and nobody liked it. Nobody. In fact, so little people liked it that now if you get one of the original 1958 or 1959 Flying Vs, that they're worth millions of dollars. These are not worth millions of dollars, but they're worth a lot. In fact, these are the 1982 Heritage reissue series. And I believe that they're like a 1981 to 1983, technically, you can find these. But they are, as the original patent stood from Ted McCarty, the most authentic reissues. Gibson hadn't really been doing reissues at this point, but these are the 1958 Flying Vs. And these ones look a little bit different because they are. This one actually belonged to Neil Schon. So from Journey, you know, the guy Don't Stop Believing. Well, don't stop believing how badass this V is. And I gotta tell you, I've been driving all the way around San Diego with this thing, and I feel way fucking cooler. Like, I didn't really love Vs growing up, but this V, like, if you don't think this V is cool from 1,000 miles away, you suck. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. You may think that I'm stupid, and you don't have to watch this channel, but if you don't think that this is sexy, beautiful, you have a closed heart, you have terrible taste in guitars, change the channel, man. This is everything that I would ever want in a Flying V. And as you can see, it's made of korina, as they call it, African limba, which is the actual wood, and they're very, very, very light. These are probably like 6.5, 7 pounds. And one of the things I absolutely love about these guitars is that they have this beautiful Gibson logo that just pops out of you like you're tripping at the film, or like you're seeing, you know, Michael Jackson Captain EO in 3D. It's fucking amazing. And the thing to remember about these guitars is that they literally just represent a time in history where people just weren't ready for these designs. That's why they only made very, very small, like under 200 originally. And in 1982, when they reissued these, they didn't make many either. This one is number 96, and this one is number 16. So I'm gonna guess that this was sent to Neil Schon pretty early on. The only thing about this one is that the tuners have been changed. Pretty awesome looking 70s Klusons. And this one, Mr. Schon must have taken off the pickup covers. And if he did it, I'm not mad about it. But the Flying V, when Albert Lee got this guitar, he made it famous. He actually was left-handed, and they finally made one for him left-handed. But he was the guy that really pioneered, the blues player, that pioneered this guitar. And then you see people from Eric Clapton to Jimi Hendrix, all kinds of really cool players, to Neil Schon. All I can say is, not one, but two beauties from the very, very small 1982 Gibson Heritage series. Absolutely beautiful guitars. What dreams are made of. When I see this guitar, I know some people are gonna be telling me I'm sacrilegious for saying this, but I think of the Edge. Him and Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick, because of the 18 1958s that exist. Rick Nielsen owns two. Bro, why don't you let some of us have them? The original 1958, 1959 Explorers can go for literally multiple millions of dollars. Yeah, Slash has one. Like, you're not that cool. Rick Nielsen has two. Did I say that already? Rick Nielsen has two. This is one of the 1982 Heritage Series reissues. And first off, it's featherweight. It's gotta be 7 pounds maybe. And it just plays absolutely unbelievable. This is the example of one of the most valuable guitars from Gibson's. A lot of people think the 1959 Gibson Les Paul Standard is the most valuable guitar from Gibson. And in fact, from recent sales, it looks like the Explorer from 1958, 1959 might be the most valuable Gibson guitar. I don't really care. I have this one right here, and I'm gonna fucking play some Metallica. The Gibson marches on! The great white buffalo that have come to herd together. Because even in 1982, when they had these with the Heritage Series, they only sent out 141 because most people that look at these initially go, well, that looks like Gumby, hence this being called the Gumby headstock, and that they're weird. You're right. They are. They're weirdly beautiful. And they are the most mysterious guitar in the history of Gibson because in 1957, when they were designing the Flying V and the Explorer, the third one that they have the patent for is the Gibson Moderne. Except no one has corroborated an original Moderne ever being built. The way it was left was in 1957, supposedly, they brought them to NAMM and people thought they were so disgusting that they never made them. But some people said they never made them, and then Ted McCarty said, oh, we made a few of them, I just don't know where they ended up. Well, supposedly, I've heard Billy Gibbons might have an original that he claims is an original. He plays a few of these on stage. Zakk Wylde has the Gibson Moderne of Doom. So this is not an unknown guitar. But the history goes that supposedly a Gibson employee in 1958, they had a Gibson locker where you could take out some of the guitars, went and played a high school performance of Bye Bye Birdie with a Gibson Moderne and said, I'm not a rock player, I am a country player. And that everyone thought it was the ugliest thing ever made. So supposedly this guy in 1958 actually took this out of Gibson and played it, but no one has seen one since 1958. Come 1982, they said, hey, we're gonna make this thing. We're gonna make it. And they did with the Tim Shaw pickups. They made it exactly like the original patent. They had 3 different headstocks. This is the Gumby pattern, as they call it, the Gumby headstock. And of the 141, here's 2 of them. And for every, I wanna say 10 of these, there is a one white one. Just unbelievable guitars. I can't even believe, like, this is maybe 10% of these out there. I'm kidding, I can't do math, but these are just so rare. And I await the day that someone finds an original 1957, 1958 Gibson Moderne because I believe they existed. They had to have made the prototype. When they went to NAMM, they probably had one. The guy that went to Bye Bye Birdie probably did exactly what he said, which is take this thing out of the locker, go, this thing's stupid as fuck. I can't play show tunes on this. I don't want to play my country music on this silliness. Put it back, and no one ever saw it again. There's even some people that said that they took the body blanks out of Gibson and then made their own. So I've seen a few of these floating around that were supposedly real. But if there is a real one, if there is, just like aliens, we don't know for sure unless you're the guy from Blink-182, and then he knows for sure. But as far as I know, I don't know for sure. But he knows for sure. But I don't know. But he knows. But I don't know.
Why don't you smash that subscribe button already?